In the camera. Just me.
And you're on the camera.
Oh, he's recording.
No!
Okay, so
You know I can see your
like Bethany said, my name is Jared Briggs. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself first, okay? And then I want to know more about each one of you. Does that sound good? Okay. So who knows where the Flaming Gorge is? You guys ever heard of the Flaming Gorge Reservoir? Okay.
No, but I heard it in passing.
Okay, it's a big reservoir and just right over the border, the Wyoming border into Utah, right over here. Okay, so that's where I grew up. Guess how many my graduating class was? 16.
Oh, 16.
What?
16 people.
Graduated from your school.
That's how many people were in my high school class. 16 people. There was 8 boys and 8 girls.
Even.
Yeah, even. None of us got married. Isn't that a shame?
Still good friends though, huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them for a long time, but yeah. So I come from a really tiny town. I love it. I consider Evanston a small town too.
Would this be Woodruff?
Woodruff?
Yeah.
Yeah, Woodruff's a tiny town too, huh?
You got somewhere.
Okay, so right now I
Randolph.
live in Logan, Utah.
Oh.
Just right in Utah, northern Utah, right up there by Idaho. My wife's going to school there. Well, she graduated now. She's got her master's degree. So that's where we're living. So you'll see, oh, we went to sleep. So this is my family. So this is my wife, Reagan, and this is my little girl, Essie. Essie was born March 7th of 2021. So she is 4 months old in 1 day. So she's pretty cute. So it's E-S-S-I-E. That's how we spell her name. So, okay, so that's a little bit about me. I grew up in that little tiny town, and I come from an amazing family. I have incredibly good parents, and they were very good at supporting me. The big thing was, though, I had a bigger dream. I still have a bigger dream. In high school, I really struggled in high school. Does anybody in here struggle with high school?
I haven't even ended.
You guys struggle with high school? The only reason why I maintained a 2.0 is so I could play sports. I really struggled with school. And
The only thing I struggle with is like how boring the high school is compared to DMS. DMS was so much better.
okay, so
It was,
so it can be tough, right?
yeah, it was easy for me to learn and everything, but it was just no activities, no nothing, just school.
Yeah.
And that was it. I was like, I am not getting very good vibes from the first year of school.
So school can be tough, right?
Yes.
So I really struggled. I would say I kind of worked hard, but in reality, I kind of got bored with school. My wife is pretty sure that I have ADD, ADHD, whatever it is. If you notice, if you're ever with me, I'm always playing with my ring. I'm always playing with a pen. My wife, a lot of times she'll grab me. She's like, just hold still for just a second, please. Okay, so I'm a very busy person. My mind is all over the place. I have a really hard time focusing on something. I have an assistant that helps me. I think I drive her crazy because one day I'll tell her one thing and the next day we'll do totally something different. She's like, what the heck, okay? So I want to let all of you know, having these kind of struggles, some people may call them a disability. I call it a strength for myself. I look at these things as we're special, right? We have the opportunity to look at things differently. We have the opportunity to see things differently. We have the opportunity to be a little unique and a little special. Now, I've never been diagnosed ADD, ADHD. It's just what people tell me I am, so I'm just like, whatever, I'm good with that. But I want to let all of you guys know that you are super special. You have talents, you have abilities. You've been placed on this earth for a certain reason. And that reason, we don't know, but you guys do know. So I got a video that I want to share with you, and we're going to dive deeper into these things, okay? But first, I want everybody to share your name and what your favorite animal is. Or favorite sport. Animal or sport, or both. You want to start?
My name's Nadeja, and my favorite animal is a sloth, and my favorite sport's probably gonna be volleyball.
Volleyball, okay. You wanna go?
My name's Julian and baseball.
Baseball, okay. You okay? What's your
I'll go
name?
last.
Okay. Over here.
Last 2 people that ever did.
I'm gonna go, and my favorite sport is soccer.
Soccer. Do you have a favorite animal? No. Okay.
I do have ADHD.
Okay. Back here.
Alex, I like pretty much all animals, unless they're just kind of like of nowhere and you're like, oh, hello. Or like there's like a sweater on your shorts you want to put on, some pajamas, and you're just like, let me just put you
So
on.
you love all animals. Okay, do you have a favorite sport?
I'm not one for sports.
You don't want for sports, okay. What one of you want to go?
He goes last, so I guess I'll go.
Okay,
My name's Angela, but I can go by my middle name, which is Genevieve half the time.
okay.
That's what I like to go by. And I don't like sports, so animal, I guess, butterflies, because they're always near me, so.
Cool, butterflies.
I literally, either that or spiders.
Okay.
I can pick up one and be fine.
I'm generally fine with my favorite animal. This is hard because I generally like.
What's your name?
My name is RJ. Also, or if you want the actual full name, Robert Jan Sherwood II.
Okay. What's your favorite animal?
I can't decide between birds or snake. Generally reptiles or snake.
Okay.
Birds.
Do you have a favorite sport?
I don't like watching sports because I just generally want to be active doing it. So my favorites so far are basketball and spike ball.
Okay.
Sometimes cricket.
Spike ball's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. How about we do both of you?
My name's Wanda, and my favorite animal is a frog animal, because I have them all over my house. Everybody gives me frogs, because I like them. And my favorite sport is, I do like basketball, but I got a spike ball, and I played with my grandkids the other day, and it is fun.
That's way fun.
Yeah.
It's way fun.
Alright, so I'm Bethany. My favorite animal is a black bear.
I knew that.
Ooh.
I have them all over my house as well. And favorite sport is probably swimming.
Okay. See, we're all common. We all have favorite animals, favorite sports, favorite all kinds of things. So my favorite animal is, it's really tough. So I grew up on a cattle ranch, so we have tons of cows all over the place. So I really like cows, but I'm a big fan of dogs. Dogs are a man's best friend, right? So I really like
All
dogs.
the time.
I talk to them like they're another human, so I love dogs. Okay, so it's good to meet all of you. It's good to be here. It's good to get to know your names. I won't remember them all. I wish I was better at that. I should be because I'm an insurance agent. But it's good to be here with you. The reason why I want to share with you that I struggled is because in high school and with, even today, some days I drive myself crazy because I can't stay on the same topic. But it's okay. We're going to have some commonality there, okay? I've got a video that I want to share with you. Now, has anybody ever watched track and field?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so does everybody know what it is?
Nope.
Track and field? Okay, track and field is, do you know the track that's around the base, or the football field? And it's got those lines, and people are really funny and they like to run around them for some reason. Okay? So track, that's track, and then field, there's throwing sports, there's jumping sports, there's running, sprinting, they jump over hurdles, which are little obstacles, and they jump over them while they run. It's super, super hard. So I did track and field. I was a sprinter and a jumper. But this girl, the name of this video is Catching Kayla. Now I went to a conference a couple months ago now, and this guy that I really look up to, his name's Ed Milet. He has a YouTube channel, a podcast. He's a super, super insanely successful person, and I really look up to him. Had no clue he was going to be there, and he walked out on stage. If you go to my Facebook or my Instagram, there's actually a picture of me screaming, because I was like a 12-year-old girl at a Justin Bieber concert. Okay?
You don't like
I was so excited.
I was like
Justin
Right?
Bieber can go find the
That's like a
darkest
set.
pit of heck and go to it.
It's like I'm like a 20-year-old at an AC/DC concert.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I was super
It's
excited.
just boom.
He shared this video with us, Catching Kayla, and I'll be honest with you, I cried. I teared up. The reason why is because of the things that she was sharing and the things that she did. Now, she has disabilities, she has challenges and struggles that the average person doesn't have. Yet she became a champion at her event in track and field. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. Do you guys like videos?
Yes.
Do you guys like YouTube?
Not really, but.
That's the only
You'll
entertainment
like
we
this
have in our
one.
homes, so I'm supposed to like it.
Okay, so this is really good, so let's watch it.
The only thing I have
This is an E60 feature.
Now, before we start it, does everybody in here have a dream?
I don't dream.
okay?
I'm trying.
Do you have a big
I
goal?
don't
Do you
know
have
what to
do you have something you want to buy or something you want to do? Okay, I want you to think about those things. I want you to think about, we're gonna think big today. We're gonna think big dream, big goal.
Have a good life.
Like if you want a Ferrari, we're gonna think Ferrari. If you want to own a pet store, we're gonna think owning a pet store. Okay, so we're gonna think big today. So we're gonna think about our big goal and our big dream while we're listening to this.
March 14th, 2014. The New Balance Indoor Track Nationals. Kayla Montgomery, there in gold, is running the girls' 5,000 meters, with her coach Patrick Cromwell looking on.
Kayla, go around! Sub 17! You can do it now!
Kayla is one of the best young distance runners in the country, but that's not why we're telling her story. For that, we need to begin where the race ends.
Oh, that's so hot.
We are.
My legs. Oh my God. My legs. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Please. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me.
Are you guys catching what's going on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she ran across the finish line and collapsed. Her coach had to catch her in his arms. You'll find she does not have the ability to stop herself when she's running. Her coach has to catch her. And did you notice she said, my legs, my legs, my legs, where did they go? Okay?
Help me, help my legs. Help me. Help me. Help me.
Growing up the older of Keith and Alicia Montgomery's two daughters, Kayla hardly seemed destined to be an athlete.
As a little girl, she was artsy and just loved to play by herself a lot. Dress up was her big thing.
She loved to color. She loved to just play with her dolls or her teddy bears. Since Kayla was really, really shy, we pushed her to do a lot of sports. Ultimately, she loved soccer.
It was very aggressive and would kind of get warnings from the refs occasionally. But it was fun.
At 14, Kayla was playing on a select travel team in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and was about to begin her freshman year at Mount Tabor High School when she first noticed something was wrong.
I'd fallen in a soccer game, and that evening I started to notice a tingling sensation in my toes. It's like, Mom, I can't feel my feet. There's this weird shock going on. I don't know what's up.
Doctor visits and MRIs soon followed. In October 2010, the doctor called with a diagnosis.
And when he said that Kayla had MS, I honestly lost my breath. It made me literally sick to my stomach.
Multiple sclerosis, or MS, is a disease where the body's immune system attacks its own nerve cells. Essentially, the brain's communication with the spinal cord and other parts of the body short circuits. There is no cure.
I was a home care aide, and I had multiple patients that had MS. So my knowledge of MS was not a pretty picture. I mean, it was wheelchairs and hospital beds and paralysis and tube feedings, and it was not what I had pictured for my child.
I just cried a lot. And I didn't let anybody in my room. I was just wanted to be alone, and I was mad. I was really mad. I couldn't see why something like this would happen to me. I couldn't think of anything I'd done wrong. Like, why should I be punished? Why was this happening?
For 8 agonizing months, Kayla lacked all feeling in her legs. With the help of medication, slowly the feeling began to return. She had to give up soccer, a contact sport, and instead turned to running, and to a coach who believed she could still compete, even with MS.
She said, I want to run fast, and I don't want you to hold back.
I told him I wasn't really guaranteed the next couple of years of running, and I wanted to make the most out of every day I could, and I wanted somebody to hold me accountable.
What kind of runner were you?
I was kind of slow.
Average, at best. I mean, varsity hopeful by her senior year. That's the way I would label her.
On your mark. But Kayla's experience while running defies any label.
What do you feel?
Nothing. It usually starts like in my toes and works its way up to my waist. It just stays like that throughout the rest of the run or race.
For Kayla, as with many MS patients, heat is a trigger that causes her symptoms to return temporarily. As her body temperature rises during a run, the feeling in her legs begins to deaden.
It's just a very strange feeling, or lack thereof, to know that your legs are moving, but not be able to tell how fast or tell where or I guess anything about them. You don't know what's going on. You just know it's happening.
And no feeling often means no pain.
Some people think it's an unfair advantage to not be able to feel my legs while I'm running, but I guess although I can't feel the pain in my legs, I can feel all the other discomforts that accompany running.
800?
And although I can't feel my legs, I can't determine how fast I'm going. So that's a major setback in running. You have to be able to pace yourself.
With time, Kayla learned to pace herself. And gradually, that slow runner grew faster. First, making varsity. Then, becoming its fastest member. Then, training full-time with the boys' team. Then, becoming one of the fastest girls in all of North Carolina. The whole time, she had one voice pushing her.
You gotta get on the train! Go to the arms, Kayla, go to the arms!
He pushes her just the right amount. And she responds.
Go up to the front! Put your shoulder on hers!
He's like a dad. A goofy, dorky dad.
Good job, kiddo. Photobomb.
And he pushes me, and I trust him with my life.
And nowhere is that trust more evident than when Kayla crosses the finish line. Because she has lost the sensation in her legs, she's unable to come to a coordinated stop.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
That was beautiful.
So hot.
That was beautiful, girl.
Help me.
Good job. That was beautiful.
Please help me.
She needs help. Because she's somewhat helpless there for a few minutes.
Please, water. Water, please.
I want to get cool as fast as possible so I can feel my legs. I try not to make a big scene, but I think I do anyway. And I try to, I guess, get it over with as soon as possible. As time goes on, I'll just get back up.
As her body temperature returns to normal, her MS symptoms gradually subside. The episode causes no permanent damage. For Kayla, this is the cost of competing, and she's willing to pay it.
Help me. Help me. Oh my gosh. Please. I need water so badly. Somebody please help me.
I got you right here. They got water for you. She just needs some water.
Please.
Where's the ice?
Please, I need it. I need water.
Give her a Gatorade, whatever it is.
I need everything. I need to get cold.
I have a hard time watching it. Every time she kind of crashes like that, it's a reminder that she has MS.
Are you pouring it?
Yep, pouring
Are
it.
you sure?
Yep, we got it.
She blew up my phone once.
I don't know what it was.
Why do it?
I guess I do it because it makes me happy. It makes me feel normal and whole. It's difficult to live with a disease where your own body's fighting against yourself. So when I'm running, I feel like I'm battling that. I feel like I'm safe for myself. As long as I'm running, everything's fine.
The final challenge came in May at the North Carolina State Championships for outdoor track, the final race of Kayla's high school career, the last time she'd run with Coach at the finish line.
You give me all you got for 4 years. What happened?
I fell in the first lap about a little over 100 meters in.
Hey, yo, good job, Kayla!
I guess I got squished. And then I fell backwards and I did like a little flip.
Oh, come on! I should fell. Get back in it.
I kind of chuckled to myself, like, this would happen, like, how ironic. It was also a little hard. You don't expect it, and then you're on the ground. You have to get back up, but everybody else is farther ahead. It's hard.
So, hey, you gotta get up.
I was able to catch back up with the group.
Gradually worked your way up, sat with the leaders, brushed it off, nothing ever happened.
I sat on a couple girls for about 3 laps, and I wanted to, I guess, pick up the pace.
As you come around the final turn, what's going through you?
Well, Bianca Bishop was in 2nd place, and she's got a really great kick, and I knew it.
Come on, hold her off!
I knew she was gonna catch me if I didn't go then, so I gave it my all, and I sprinted fast as I've ever sprinted in my whole life.
Come on! Come on! That is Kayla Montgomery of Mount Tabor. She will be your girls' 3,200 meter run champion. Yeah! We'll take yeah! I got you.
I crossed that line, and I was so happy.
Help me!
Help me! Please! Please! Help me!
I couldn't have asked for a better finish or a better end of my senior year.
In the final race of her high school career, Kayla Montgomery finished the way she had so many times before, into her coach's arms, and in first place.
To beat it, to outrun it, to know you got every movement out of those legs while you still can. That's why she's running.
Friends now.
So I just hope to run as long as I can and to make the most out of it as long as I can. When or if I'm not able to run at some point down the road, then at least I can look back and know that when I could, I gave it my all.
Have the wrong idea about leadership, honestly, because
That video kind of reminds me of
I think the quote is taken out of context that we've all.
I don't remember what class, but like, this is where we saw the one that like said that she only had 1% chance of living left. And she's like, if I only have 1% chance left, it's better than 0, because even if there's 1, you can still make it. No matter what.
Did anybody like that video?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, right?
I think I have seen this video before in one of my English classes.
I think I have in one of my history classes.
So I've shared this to quite a few people, and I still tear up just a little bit. Did anybody else? Did anybody else feel something a little deeper right there? Why?
Connection to emotion.
Just think about that just by yourself for just a second. Why? Why do we feel something? I know for me the reason why is because I have someone better inside of me. I have bigger goals. I have bigger dreams. I have a bigger purpose that God is calling me to. And I know I've been falling short. I know I haven't been striving towards those things. That's why I believe we all feel something, because we just watched somebody that should not be running, right? I guarantee all of our doctors said, that's not a good idea, right? Said, I don't care. I want to live my dreams. I want to live my goals. I want to strive to be my very best. Do you think she pushes her teammates? Do you think she helps them be their best? So let's take this away from her first. Take this away from her for a second and think about what she's doing to other people, how she's helping other people. The biggest calling that we have in life is serving and helping people. Has anybody ever served and helped you guys? All the time, right? So let's think about that coach. Pretty cool guy, right? He pushes her just enough, right where she needs to be. And she does the work. She puts in the time. She goes through the pain. I'm sure all of you have teachers, family, friends, coaches that are doing the same thing. Are we putting in the work ourselves? Are we striving to be our very best? I want to write something on the board for you. Who can read that for us? One of you right here, can you read that out loud?
Who do you have to become?
Who do you have to become? Now let's take that goal, that dream, that big thing that you were thinking about. Does anybody want to share it? In like a couple words, share what your big goal and dream is.
Be a paleontologist.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to share their goal or their dream? Okay.
Become a nurse for like children and stuff, because children might go places that don't get as much care.
Okay. So you want to care for children. And how you want to do that is you want to be a nurse. Anybody else?
Entertain people, I guess.
Okay. How do you want to entertain? Okay. So you have a dream you want to entertain. Perfect, right? So who do you have to become to find how you want to entertain? To find what you want to do? And then once you find that, who do you have to become to be that? Anybody else want to share their dream? I'll share mine. It's big. Have any of you ever seen those big world speakers?
Yes.
Ed Milet, the guy that I met, he's a big speaker. I always forget people's names when I'm telling them about it.
I saw one of Martin Luther King's speeches.
Okay.
Like
Martin
in
Luther King.
person.
John Maxwell. There's so many people. My overall dream and goal is I want to travel the world and I want to speak in front of thousands of people to help them realize that we all have a dream, we all have a goal, and that you have a full potential. That's my dream. Okay? Now let's break down a few other things. Who do you have to become to live your goal and your dream? So let's think about that for a second. We all have to become better, right? I can't live my goal and my dream with who I am today. I can make steps towards it, but I know that if somebody put me on a stage in front of 100,000 people, I'd probably choke, right? So who do I have to become to do that? I want to share a few things that is the most important thing. I will guarantee it to help you become who you need to become to have your dream. To be a nurse, to be an entertainer, to be a paleontologist, is that right? Okay, is there any other dreams in here?
Nobody else wants dreams.
Okay, that's okay if you don't want to share. Okay? Okay, now let's break it down into 4 simple steps. So who do we have to become? This brown's maybe not the best. We're running out of juice, aren't we? Oh, I should have used this one. Okay, number 1, okay? So let's think of that big dream and that big goal that you have, okay? Now we're gonna put aside our disabilities, our struggles, all of those things, okay? We're not gonna think about those things because we're thinking bigger. We're thinking beyond those things, right? Personal development. Who knows what this is?
Very hard to see.
To work on
It
yourself.
is hard to see, right? That's what I'm saying. So personal development. Say that again.
To work on yourself.
Perfect, okay? Personal self, personal inner thoughts, personal development. Who do we have to become? We have to work on ourselves, right? We have to constantly work on ourselves. What are some things that we can do to work on our personal development? What are some things you can think of?
Get more knowledge of like what you're pursuing, or eat a healthier diet than you are.
Okay.
Get a better sleep schedule.
Okay, perfect. Man, you nailed some awesome things. Take care of ourselves, right? Take care of ourselves. Work out, eat healthy, okay? Another big thing, who do you surround yourself with? Do you know that it said you become the 5 people that you hang around? So if you're hanging around people that are just going through the motions and not really striving to be their best, you're gonna become the 6th person, right? But if you're hanging around people that wanna be better, that are striving for their best selves, they're striving to gain the knowledge that they need, okay? We live in a very amazing time and age where we have social media, we have some TV, we have YouTube, we have all of these things. I'm a part of a coaching group, a personal development group. It started on Facebook. There are Facebook groups out there that you can join that can teach you and help you with the skills and development that you want to work on. Okay? Another big thing is reading books to help us with our personal development. There are a lot of very good books. Now, I'm not saying books like Harry Potter or, those aren't bad books. So if you want to read those for pleasure, that's great. But there are books out there that'll give you thoughts and ideas of how you can become better. Okay, so books, people you hang around, taking care of our mind and our body. The second thing, mindset. Who knows what mindset is? Okay, what do you think mindset is?
Mindset is like where you put your placement of your mind. If you think too low of yourself, you have a low mindset. If you have a higher upper set of your mind, then you're thinking like knowledgeable. You're thinking about everything that you're supposed to.
Yeah.
What are the consequences? What are the pros and cons of what you're doing?
Perfect.
Kind of thing.
Perfect, great
I
answer.
learned this in school, so.
So I'm reading a book right now called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's one of the greatest, considered by all business and personal development people, one of the greatest books ever written. Because it talks about the power of our mind. What you think about, you bring about. So let's think about it for a second. If I'm sitting here telling myself I'm stupid, telling myself I'm not worth anything, telling myself I don't know the answers to that quiz, telling myself all these negative things, what am I gonna be?
Negative mindset.
I'm gonna have a negative mindset. I'm not gonna have things, positive things, right? But what if I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, man, I'm smart. I'm unstoppable. I'm powerful. I'm knowledgeable.
Growth mindset.
Growth mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wealthy. There's a lot of things to wealth than just money. I'm wealthy in family. I'm wealthy in experience. I'm wealthy in travel. I'm wealthy in knowledge. I'm wealthy in money. I'm wealthy in this and this and this, right? Wealth can incorporate so many things. So if I sit here and tell myself these things, then that's okay. One thing that I've been working on is giving myself permission. So in the morning, when I read my affirmations and goals, so everybody probably knows what a goal is, right? What is an affirmation? An affirmation is something that we tell ourselves. So the first thing on my list that I tell myself is I say, my name is Jared Briggs and I'm awesome. I've got to tell myself that, right? We have to tell ourselves those things. Another thing that I say is, my name is Jared Briggs. I'm a follower of God and Jesus Christ. I'm a good husband to my wife Reagan, and I'm a good father to my daughter Essie. I'm a good business owner. I'm a good leader. I tell myself these things. We have to. Because man, the world is crazy, isn't it? There are so many negative things going on. There are so many things on social media and TV that are telling us what we're not, right? So our mindset goes along with belief in ourselves. Do you believe you can become an entertainer?
Yeah.
You gotta believe it, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite entertainer?
Dave Chappelle or Donald Glover?
Okay.
Probably Donald Glover.
Do you think where they are today is where they started?
No.
No. It started as a thought, right? They thought at first. They thought, man, I want to be this. I want to be doing this. I want to accomplish this. And then they put the action, the work, and they got there, right? Do you think you could just walk into a hospital right now and be a nurse and help children? It'd be a little difficult, wouldn't it? So you need to believe in yourself. You need to put in the work and the action. Constantly. I love athletes. I think a lot of them are punks nowadays. But I love their stories. I love what they stand for. I love what they do. Athletes are on point all the time. The good ones. The ones that win multiple championships. Tom Brady. Does anybody know football in here? Tom Brady. He's done some incredible things, right? He's won more championships, NFL Super Bowls than any other quarterback in NFL history. He does some incredible things. He puts in the work. He works on his personal development, his mindset, his belief in himself, and his action. He works. The day after he won his last Super Bowl, he was on the field practicing. He deserved a week off, didn't he? But he knew what it was going to take to get there. Okay? So who do you have to become to reach your dreams? To be your best self? To do those things that God has called you to do. And if you don't believe in God, that's okay. If you believe in science, if you believe in whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is, I'm not pushing God in here. I believe in God myself. That's what I believe. Whatever you believe in, what is your purpose? Who is your best self? You need to ask yourself these things. If you ever run into a hard time, you want to know why? Because you lost sight of your vision. We got self-doubt. We've let our mind take control. So if you ever lose sight of your vision, if you ever are struggling, if you're ever down on yourself, forget about what you're doing at the moment and focus on your dream again. Focus on your goal. And that'll bring you right back into check. Maybe it'll be like, instead of focusing on this negative thing, I'm going to read a book. I'm going to listen to a podcast. I'm going to find a motivational YouTube video. I'm going to work on my mindset. I'm going to tell myself my affirmations, my goals, and I'm just going to get right back into action. Okay? Do you guys have any questions? I see a few of you writing a few things down. That's great. Do you have any questions? Anything anybody wants to ask?
What are you doing to like reach your goal?
What am I doing?
Besides that, I know you're practicing here, but like,
Yeah. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. So this is one thing I'm not perfect at. This is what I'm working on, right? It never ends, okay? So this is what my typical day stands for, or my typical day is. Right now I'm doing a program called 75 Hard. That video that just popped up, his name's Andy Frisella. He created a program that's called 75 Hard. You do 2 45-minute workouts every day. You read 10 pages of a book every day. You drink a gallon of water every day. You take a progress picture every day. You follow a diet, no alcohol or cheat meals every single day. You have to do this. Why I'm doing it? Because I'm not where I want to be yet. I need something that gets me out of my comfort zone and helps me grow, helps me change my mindset, helps me change my belief about myself, changes my paradigms and things. So typically what my day is I wake up at 5 in the morning. I'll drink some water. We haven't drank water all night, right? Drink water. Pop and all that, you can have them once in a while. Drink water first thing in the morning. So I drink some water and I go to the gym and I do a 45-minute workout. Whether it be cardio, lifting weights, whatever. I've been doing this for 20-something days now. I let myself go. I got a little pudgy. So I'm working on getting myself back in shape because I've got to be strong mentally and physically to take on what I'm doing, okay? So I'll go to the gym, then I'll go home and I'll read. I'll read my book. I may read scriptures. I may listen to a video. I'll do some meditation. Meditation is something that's very difficult. You need to work on it, okay? It's very, very difficult, okay? So I'll do some meditation. I'll eat a really good breakfast. I'll have like 5 eggs, protein shake, banana, all of those things. When you work out that much, you eat a lot of food. So I eat a really good breakfast, and then by that time, my wife's up. And I'll watch my little girl for a little bit so my wife can do her workout, okay? And I spend a little bit of time with my family, then I get to the office. I work on my business. I have Blue Clover Insurance. I own that. I started it 4 years ago. And so I'm working Blue Clover Insurance. I'm working on building my team. I'll come home, spend some time with my family, we'll eat some dinner, then I go for a walk. One of the workouts has to be outside. So I'll go for a 45-minute high-paced walk. Sometimes I'll put some running in there, okay? While I'm working out, I listen to podcasts. Do you have a phone? Okay. Most everybody has access to social media, podcasts, YouTube videos. Find people that do what you want to do and listen to them. Listen to their podcasts, their YouTube videos. I am constantly doing that. While I drove here, I listened to 2 podcasts. I'll probably listen to 2 more on the way home because I got a 2-hour drive, okay? So what I'm doing on a constant basis every day, and some days I'm really good at it, some days I'm not good at it, okay? We're going to fail. We're going to struggle. We're going to have hard times. But the biggest secret is you never fail until you stop trying. The moment you stop trying, that's when you failed. Okay? So I'm constantly working on my personal development through books, through podcasts, through videos. I have a coaching program. I pay money for that program every month. I pay them money to coach me, to train me, to help me, okay? Personal development, you need to invest in yourself. We have to invest in ourselves, okay? I'm working on my mindset. I read my goals. I've printed them out. I've written them. I read them in the morning out loud. If I find a good time, I'll read them out loud in the afternoon. I'll meditate in the afternoon, right after lunch, and I'll read my goals again at night before I go to bed. That's the last thing I do. I put my daughter to bed, my wife goes to bed, I'll maybe do some more reading, I'll shut the light out, I'll walk in the other room, I've got the paper right there, and I read my goals and my affirmations one more time before I go to bed. Because I've got to get them on my mind. Have you guys ever thought, okay, a really nice car or something, let's say you're like, oh, I want a Corvette, or I want a dog, or I want, okay? And then have you ever noticed how once you start thinking about that thing you want, you see it everywhere? You guys ever done that?
No.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because that's what your mind is.
Because our mind, our subconscious mind, is now aware of what we want.
I want a puppet dog, but I never see a puppet dog because they're basically they're only in Iceland.
Okay, so you gotta go to Iceland, and I bet you'd see them everywhere. Okay?
And not even that.
So
like there's 300 of them left.
when we write our goals down, when we read them out loud, when we say our affirmations, we are putting them on our subconscious mind. Now the universe, everything is going to start working. May sound crazy, but the universe, energy, everything is going to start working to make that goal happen. Because you put it on your subconscious mind. Okay? Personal development, mindset, belief in self, and action. So constantly I'm working on those things. And I'll be honest, some days I'm like, to heck with it. I'm done. I quit. Right? And I'll go home and I'll have a pity party. And then a thought will come, well, I really want to accomplish that. I really want to do that. Okay, I can do it. And I get back to work. So it's okay if you struggle, okay? It's okay if you're like, to heck with it, I'm gonna watch a movie. And take a break, have some fun. Okay, great question. That's typical what my day looks like. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, one last thing. My mom told me this my whole growing up life. You can do anything that you put your mind to.
My great-grandmother said that to my grandma. She told it to me, so it's kind of like a family thing.
There you go. You can do anything you put your mind to. But if you only put your mind to it, it's not gonna happen. You put your mind to it, you believe it, you work on your personal development, you work on your mindset, you work on your beliefs, and you put it into action, and whatever you want, you can have. Okay?
With limits.
Nope, there are no limits today.
That's not a good thing.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for letting me come speak to you.
Thank you.
If you guys have Facebook or social media, my name is Jared Briggs. You can follow me. I make videos. Quite often I post videos or I write things, thoughts that I'm having, motivational things, personal development. I'll make a video, I'll make a story. So if that would help you, please follow me. Please reach out to me. Please ask me questions.
We're getting there, it's a little.
Okay? Here's my card. You can send me an email. If you guys have questions, if you need help, whatever. Okay?
Can I shake your hand?
Yes, sir.
Confused about life now. Well, he hates me.
I'm still confused about life too.
Always.
That's why I work on it every day. Okay? Well, I smell pizza, so I guess it's time for you guys to eat.
It's our party time.
That's probably not on your,
I can eat pizza.
Okay.
So the only thing I can't have is like sugar,
Right.
pop. That's my diet.
There you go.
I'm limited on carbs.
Yeah.
But I brought a bunch of crumble cookies to people. I should have brought some for today. Because I couldn't eat them.
6 minutes away?
What the?
What's the greatest kind of not? You can tie with these.
We are not talking about the news. We are not talking about that.
Of course, I'm gonna tell you. But first, I have to know. You should never consider putting your
No, I know that we're not doing this song now. No,
But let me-
no, we are not